Happy New Year, mi gente. It's your girl, Nati Natalia, and that killer Brit. We're back. Happy 2021. Wow.
Period.
Wow. What a year 2020 was.
I
But
think 2020 was definitely an eye roll. I don't know, like the
yeah,
eye rolling
a
emoji. That
heavy
was
eye roll.
yeah. It was like like several of
Yeah.
them in that text
Yeah.
message. That was it was crazy. It's been a crazy
Yeah.
year.
So much. It was a really crazy year, but I'm happy that we're still here. We're happy, we're healthy, we're good. But yeah, so here's to 2021 being better, being safer. What we're trying to do for this episode is talk about our goals that we have for our podcast individually, and yeah, how we could hold ourselves accountable this year. I think 2020 taught us that we could do a lot of things from the comfort of our home that
Oh,
we probably didn't
amen.
really think about. So yeah, let's dive into it. So we'll start with our podcast and our podcast goals.
Yes, I definitely think for Las Chicas del Barrio, you guys will be seeing more of us being hands on in the sense of like doing more events.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're gonna be posting our weekly podcast, but we want to also take your guys' help to help us in order to better all our communities.
Yeah.
Recently we've only done I think mainly Miami, places in
Mm-hmm.
Miami,
Mm-hmm.
but we want to extend it out to LA.
Yeah.
Like meet more people. Hey, Chicago, yo, same.
Yeah.
Texas, Georgia, like all those places, New York, like we want to be able to take all of us, and if we could all like be a part of the change to make other people who are going through it have a better day, why
Mm-hmm.
not?
No donation or act of service is too small because
Ever. Mm-hmm.
you, like how we said, like for us it was always just impacting one person, but now we see that we've impacted a lot of people. And it's also a ripple effect, like it's
Yeah.
not just up to me and Brittany to change the whole community. No, like we're part of it, but a whole community is so much bigger than us, so teaming up with people is definitely in our goals for this year as well. And like she said, because of COVID, we can't be in the same place right now. But a lot of these events are things you could do anywhere. You don't have to be in Miami or in LA. You could, wherever you
Mm-hmm.
are, wherever you're from, you could do it too. So definitely collabing more with people. And I think that's beautiful because I think as a community, it's our job to um, highlight other people who are trying to make it in our community, whether that be
Amen.
musicians, artists, I don't know, like car dealerships or mechanics, anything, I think that's really important to be like, hey, well, I know so and so, they could probably help you with this, or oh, I definitely would be down to collab. All it does is just taking a simple 2 minutes to introduce yourself and letting them know, like, this is my
Mm.
idea. Do you think you're willing to help?
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think taking that initial step, like you said, yo, like sending that DM, yo, commenting under somebody's post, hey, like I love what you're doing, I see you, like I appreciate you, what can I do to help,
Mm-hmm.
how can I get my hands dirty, like. And I think definitely, like Nati said, a lot more collabs with people who are probably bigger than us, just
Yeah.
so we can get on a higher platform. Not to
Mm-hmm.
say we're not gonna forget about the people who are just starting either.
Yeah.
But shit, if I'm coming up, you're coming up with me too. Like
Mm-hmm.
no one's getting left behind ever,
Mm-hmm.
because then that'd be kind of selfish in the sense, because shit, all
Yeah,
of I think our goals in general is to always help our community where we come
for
from,
sure.
because
Mm-hmm.
like that made us who we are today.
Yeah.
And so I
Uh,
think we could say now, no, what were we gonna say? Go ahead.
oh no, girl. I was just gonna say, because by us growing, it gives us a bigger scale to give back. Where,
Exactly.
um, I guess from like a financial standpoint, but also word of mouth by you guys reposting us. That probably introduces us to somebody who's never heard of us before, and
Facts.
at the end of the day, we're more than just a podcast. Like we're here to help people, of course, and talk about dope stuff, but we're also here to make sure that our community knows, like, hey, like we're these two girls are here for us. Or we'd be down to, even if you have um a community event in mind and you need help, if you need two people that are willing to be volunteers, we're your girls right here. We're always down for the
Yeah.
cause. But yeah, so with 2021, we have a lot of big things are definitely to grow a lot, to push out different content than more than just our weekly videos or episodes.
Yeah.
Collab more. We have events coming up. We're actually going to be posting our first event of the year pretty soon, so look out for
Mm-hmm.
that. Um, and personally, what are your personal goals, Britt? Oh,
Well,
that you're
one,
gonna graduate this year. First off, okay. First
your
off,
girlfriend graduate. Okay, so that is definitely my number one goal, guys. Okay, number one goal, graduate. No, also to get straight A's. I don't know. Ever
yeah,
since I got in straight A's the last 2 semesters,
yeah.
I've been a little like crackhead for A's. Like
Yes, I love it.
disgusting. Bro,
Yeah.
I haven't been able to sleep because I've just been like, oh, I can't do this. Like 89, no, like please. So definitely be to graduate, definitely to be more organized for sure. Not gonna lie, I want to find a therapist to work on my mental health.
Yes. Mhm.
That's definitely on the top of my list. I'm actually gonna call this week. Not gonna lie, like I have to write that down on my journal because I feel like writing something down for me means that I have to do it
Same.
compared to
Hmm.
like just speaking it into existence, I guess, which is
Hmm.
also effective. But for me, more effective is like actually writing it down and seeing a list because I feel like every time I cross something out, I feel accomplished.
Yeah.
So that
Hmm.
works for me.
Yeah.
Um, so definitely that seeking a therapist, working on myself, getting back to working out because pre-COVID, like, your girl was working out, booty was fat. I mean, it's still fat, but you feel me? It could get fatter. And so yeah, I just want to work out again. Um and you know what? Be successful in all my business endeavors because
Tweet.
I think
Hmm.
we always speak about this, like we both personally think that it's super effective to have multiple sources of income
Hmm.
compared to just one,
Yeah.
you know? And I realized I was shopping the other day at Burlington for like Christmas gifts and stuff. And I was talking to this girl, whatever, like at the register with my sister, and we're talking, and like she was a graphic designer, and I was like, "What,
Oh
really?" And then
wow.
and I was like, "Oh my god, well, we do this," and then me and my sister are like, "Yeah, we do YouTube, we do podcasts,
Yeah.
we sell lashes, we do clothes," and she's like, "Yo, you guys are doing like everything." I'm like, "Girl, you have to have multiple sources of income. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, because
Hmm.
if you just have one multiple source of income, it's gonna take you 10 times harder compared to if you have different sources of income, you
Yeah.
know? So
Hmm.
I definitely think this year I'm gonna be expanding even more than what I've already been doing, you
Yeah.
know? Like I already have my LLC, you know, Mi and Nati, we wanna have a nonprofit as
Period.
well. Feel me? We wanna drop merch. Like we have a lot of things in stores.
Yeah.
And I think all those things are part of both of our journeys, you know?
Hmm.
And I just can't wait to see what this year brings. Like,
Me too.
though I know it's still gonna be COVID around, I don't think that's gonna
Hmm.
disappear anytime soon. I
Yeah.
definitely think that now I am more motivated, be more active in the different endeavors that I am
Hmm.
setting for myself compared to just going into work and setting myself on a set base schedule.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm really
Period. Yes, I love those
okay.
goals.
Yes.
Yeah,
How about you, Natalia? Let them know what your goals, girl.
girl. I guess yeah, so some of my goals are pretty much the same as yours. Definitely grow in my business
Mind you, she's been killing the
ventures.
game.
Yeah, I'm
She's been
trying,
killing it.
girl.
Okay, guys. She has been, yo. First of all, Elegancia Pampas, bitch, and that's a motherfucking period. Let's
Thank
talk about Post
you.
International, period. Bro, the post for our podcast, period.
Yeah,
Auntie has
yeah,
been growing. She's been inspirational, let me
yeah.
tell you.
I'm trying. I think it's just more because um like you said, like putting it into action, because I
Yeah,
think beforehand I always just thought of time like, oh, okay, like I could do it next year, or I'll have time, like I'll do it later, because I was so focused on my 9 to 5. And
yeah.
not gonna lie, you guys know it kind of drains your energy sometimes. But now that I have
Facts.
time that I've asked for, like, oh my god, I wish I had more time to do this, I wish I had more time to do that, da, 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 da. I actually have it, so now we have to act on it. This year I plan on just educating myself more. Definitely educating myself financially, with financial literacy. I
Yes.
definitely want to learn that, and just kind of, start setting myself up for the future. What else? What else? Okay, so I have like two kind of like fun ones. I want to learn how to play the
Okay.
keyboard, like the piano keyboard. I
Oh,
definitely want to do
okay.
that. And then I
That's
want to
cute.
learn calligraphy, like the nice writing. I
Okay.
definitely want to learn that. I think that would
Girl, I'm
be
gonna go to
so
Five
freaking dope.
Below and I'm gonna get you the little kid, okay?
Yeah, girl, I have it actually.
Oh, okay.
But okay, so I bought it like 2 years ago and I never freaking used it. Oh, and there's another one. I want to learn sign language because I never
Oh.
realized how important, I would say, or I believe sign language is important, or just like, okay,
Yeah.
because we communicate and I'm a big communicator. I love communicating with people, love talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just seen a lot of people starting with like the mass, so the people in the non-hearing community or the non-speaking community with the mass, it's a disadvantage to them because they're not able to
Yeah.
read the lips. And I was like, oh wow. And then, okay, so story time actually. I found this guy who gives you like your horoscope, right? But in
Mm-hmm.
his video, he does like sign
Oh
language.
yes, I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about actually.
yeah. I think his name is like
Yes.
Chris or something.
Uh-huh.
And I was just like, wow,
I
wow.
think that's
And then,
beautiful.
yeah, so I definitely want to learn sign language. I think that would just be so cool to communicate with an even broader community that I've never really interacted with before.
Yeah.
So definitely learn sign language for sure. For sure. Hopefully travel, when it's safe or if it's safe,
Yeah.
whatever. Um, but yeah, just to keep growing, prosper, definitely start working out again because Lord knows I was supposed to start today but didn't.
Yeah. I think
Like I
everybody was
literally,
supposed to start today
yeah,
and we're just like,
yeah. I'm like,
tomorrow.
yeah. I just ate like two corn dogs before starting
I'm dead.
recording. So I'm like, okay, we'll start tomorrow for sure at 6 a.m.
I'm dead.
Oh, that's another thing. I want to get myself on a sleeping schedule because I feel like I don't
Okay.
sleep well. But I do
Yeah.
have a Fitbit now, so I'm gonna start wearing that to sleep because it could track your sleeping like pattern or
Yes.
whatever. And I've
I got
always been
this little
interested.
bougie one, the fake one,
Yeah,
the bougie
girl.
one.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
gets
the
the
fake
job
one.
done.
And
But
it's waterproof too. I said,
oh
okay,
really?
sis,
Oh
period. So I only charge it
cool.
once a week and it lasts me the whole
Oh
week.
yeah, I have mine right here. I haven't worn it because I haven't been working out.
Yeah.
But it tracks your sleeping schedule, and I've always wanted to know
Yeah.
that because I have trouble sleeping. So I think it's kind of cool. I don't even know what the analysis would be, but yeah, I definitely want to get myself on a better sleeping schedule for sure. And yeah, that's pretty much like the gist of my goals, honestly. Um, what else? I guess like to also just communicate more with people. I like to write letters a lot, like
Oh, yeah.
mail ones. So if you guys want to be my pen pal, let me know.
It's so
Um,
cute.
but yeah, just to like communicate more with people and like check on them and like make sure that they're doing okay.
I need to work
Um,
on that actually. I
yeah.
am the worst texter, guys. Like, I am so bad. Like, it's disgusting how, okay, because I'm more of a phone picker upper. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Hmm.
Like, I prefer to, hello, how are you
Yeah.
doing? Good. Oh, wait, you want to laugh? People always do this for the phone, but why
Yeah.
do you do that? Because you don't hold a phone like that. You hold it
Oh,
like
I
this.
think.
You hold a phone like this? Put that
Well,
iPhone like that. It's
I'm
gonna
like, oh,
fall.
call me.
It's supposed to be
Because
call
it's in like the
me.
shape of like a flip phone, like how flip phones used to be. That's
Used
like a
to.
thing.
They're no longer like that.
I know.
But I think that is definitely up there because right now I have like 170 something unread messages.
Girl, I peep that. Yeah, she sends me screenshots sometimes, and I'm just like, damn, girl, you're not gonna answer people. Like,
Yo, this is why my sister won't text me because she's like, I'd rather you leave me unseen than delivered because I don't even have my read receipts on. So I guess
okay,
you'll stay wondering. But like I read them and I answer in my head. But since they
okay,
haven't
yeah,
created something from my head to my phone, you
yeah,
feel me? So yeah, I need to work on that
yeah,
texting thing because it gets bad. And it's like I feel like people think that I just don't feel like talking to them, and it's not
yeah,
true. Sometimes I'm just really busy, and
yeah.
I rather take a nap than text somebody because a
Makes
girl be
sense.
tired.
I
I'm
feel, I
tired.
feel that energy.
But I think another fun thing I want to do though, and I didn't mention this before. Okay, so I used to play the violin, guys, for like a couple
Oh
years. I think it was like
yes,
4 or 5 years. A
classical.
musician, Mozart, Mozart, bit. And so I wanted to get back into playing the violin, which is so funny. So
Yes,
I'm
I
waiting
fully
to
support that.
see at the flea market when I find one.
Girl,
I'm a
we're gonna
buy.
start a band. Okay, first you're gonna hit him with the
Girl,
violin, and I'm gonna hit it with the
gonna hit
keyboard
it with
real
the.
quick.
It's gonna be Las Chicas. Take the freaking Mozart lessons, honey. Okay, we're about to be on that Beethoven vibe.
We're gonna give him the. We're gonna make people fall asleep real quick
Yeah,
with our lullabies.
I'm gonna be like,
I think that is so pretty though. Like,
oh my god, yeah.
um, one of my friends actually. What's that thing called?
The harp,
Harp. Yes. Yeah. She just bought one today.
beautiful. How
Girl. So
beautiful.
Naomi, if you're listening to this, you're definitely joining our band, girl. Because I think that
Yes.
is so beautiful.
Oh yes. Does she know how to play, or is she learning how to play as well?
I believe she's going to learn how to play, but she actually bought one because she posted a story that it was like a lot of them actually. So I'm assuming it was a store. But she
You think
said
they're expensive?
um, maybe if well, okay. I honestly think they probably would be maybe like a couple $100. I don't think anything more than like a grand. I'd be
Okay,
kind of
because
shocked.
girl, I was thinking like whenever I move out of my household, how nice would it be in your living room to just have a harp,
Yeah,
like
and
a
I
big
think it's
one?
so relaxing too.
Yes, how
Yeah.
beautiful would that be? I think that'd be
Mm-hmm.
so like I already said it. I want such a minimalistic living room setup.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another goal of 2021. I'm getting moving out of my house. I love my parents. Listen, I love them, love them,
Mucho
love them,
amor.
love them. Mucho. Oh, this, all of this. Okay, but your girl need her own crib. Okay, your girl. It's time. Like, listen, the bird needs to leave the nest. You know, I got to do my own thing.
Yeah.
Love it to death, promise you. But yes, a girl needs to move out. So
She
that is
needs
also in
space.
2020. A lot, a lot.
Dude, and
Like
that's like a goal of mine too is to not spend money eating out
out.
because I comida en la casa. Like
Yeah, add
I
the,
just need to take
add
time
that
to
to my
learn.
list too, please. Add that, put me right next to
Yeah.
there, because I told
Yeah.
myself I'm gonna stop eating McDonald's.
Me too.
Damn, no cap though. Does it count if I went like New Year's Day?
No, because you know what, New
McDonald's?
Year's Day, I definitely got me an In-N-Out burger
Okay.
because I told my mom, I was like, "Ma, this is gonna be my last burger of the year."
Oh my
And
god.
2021, I'm trying to do better. And she was like, "Oh,
Yes.
okay, I want one." And then my brothers wanted one, so our whole family got some.
And then that's
But
it.
yeah, honestly, I've been fighting the urge though because Krispy Kreme delivers here in Cali. So I'm like,
Stop.
let me just order 2 dozen donuts real quick.
Thank
But
God
I'm just like,
Krispy
no,
Kreme is not close to my house. Because if not, I would literally be at that shit every day at
girl, I
12
love it. Oh
a.m.
my god.
Yes, you have like who doesn't like if you don't like Krispy Kreme, then I'm
Yeah,
sorry, we cannot be friends. We can't.
there's a little
Yeah.
sus
Oh my
thing
God.
going on
Especially
with
when
you.
they're fresh. They literally melt in your mouth. I hope you know that. Like
Girl, yes. And you can't
I
just eat
love-
one. Like the people who eat
yeah,
one,
you gotta
that's
eat like
weird.
four of
Yeah,
them.
I'll eat the whole damn box. Okay, like I just have to share with my big family household, but I will definitely finish a whole box to myself,
Oh.
or maybe even like half a box. When we do start traveling again and all that stuff,
Yeah.
is to definitely take a cooking class whenever I travel. And I saw on Pinterest actually where, um, this person sent themselves a postcard of wherever they were from, well, wherever they were that day. So if, like, say for example, I go to Turkey and that day I rode in, there's this one city that they do like hot air balloon rides. So I would like send
Huh.
myself a letter back in the States, like, hey Nati, today you went on a hot air balloon ride in, I don't know the certain town, it starts with a C,
Mm-hmm.
but it's in Turkey. And then whenever you're old, you bind up the postcards and it's a book.
Oh, that's
Yeah, so that's something I
beautiful.
definitely want to start doing because I always take like a Polaroid of my travels, like wherever I'm from, I make sure to take a
Mm-hmm.
Polaroid. But I think having a postcard would be definitely
I
cute
think
and like a little
yeah.
message from myself,
I
Back to
think
the
that's
future.
actually really, yeah, that's definitely some cute vibes. Okay,
Yeah,
sis.
that's
So I have a
something I
question
want
for
to do.
you. Um, if you can do one thing from 2020 over again or fix something that you didn't like, what would it be?
Mm, that's a good question, girl.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
What didn't I do? Or what did I want to do that I didn't do? Um, ugh, I think okay, like there's two. Okay, so finishing up my real estate classes
Mm-hmm.
because honestly, I just got too comfortable being home. I was like,
Yeah.
I'll do it tomorrow, like working out.
Mhm.
And then the second one would be, I guess, not traveling, or like
Yeah.
not in the sense where I had to hop on a plane, but taking advantage of like day trips, because here in California, like you could do so
Yeah.
much. Um, but that's something I definitely want to do this year. Like even if I don't travel on plane, like get in the car and let's drive to the Grand Canyon, or let's drive to
Yeah.
San Diego, and or up north, wherever, and do stuff like that, because I feel like um, for me, I could go and take walks and go hiking, but I need to get into a different environment, kind of like a vacation, like a little
Yeah.
staycation, um, because yeah, it just feeds my soul. I just, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
I
something I regret
understand.
not doing too much in 2020.
Okay, that's good though. At least you're able to recognize that now and you
Yeah.
can use it towards the future of what you want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Like right now, you're about to finish the real estate
Girl,
and
period.
you're going to be doing your staycations, sis.
Girl, period. Oh my
Hmm.
god. I'm actually going to, well, hopefully it doesn't get canceled, so he's gone. It's called the Festival of Lights. So where you get like
Okay.
lanterns and then like you set them in the air.
Oh, how beautiful.
Yeah.
Where
So
is that?
it's in Imperial, so it's kind of down by the border type. So you're like a little past San Diego. But it's basically like all dirt, kind of like in the desert. And they are doing they have COVID
Guidelines?
guidelines. Yeah, so every like
Hmm.
person or party will be 6 feet apart.
Okay.
You don't share a tiki, you get your own. The tiki is to use to light up the lantern. But yeah, it's something I've definitely always wanted to do for the past probably 3-4 years, and I've never
Yeah.
acted on it. And yeah, so March 6th I'll be going down there and doing that,
How
because I think it's just so
beautiful.
beautiful. Yeah. um and yeah, so that's one little thing I'll do, because I've actually never been to Imperial. I actually never even heard of that until I
Okay.
looked it up on the Google Maps. But yeah, and I mean, they're following COVID guidelines. I'm not going to be like interacting with people like I'm at a
Yeah.
rave or anything. Like no, like I'm gonna be safe. But what about you? What's something you wish you would have done or like could redo?
If I could redo, definitely be my time management.
Mm.
I wish I would have been more efficient with my time management. Okay, so this is really bad to be or have. I feel like I'm most efficient when I procrastinate. Like
Mm.
it's terrible. I feel like yo, my work is just
Just
like
bang
bro,
it
I be
out.
right.
Yeah.
Yes, and like, and mind you, I get like this anxiety, like my heart's gonna stop because I'm like, oh my god, 11:59, like da, 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 you know.
Yeah.
But like my work, when I come back, is like, oh, so like I feel like if I could redo everything that I put my little stressful self through, it would be
Yeah.
my time management. So I'm hoping now that I have like this calendar,
Yeah.
I can
It'll
use
help
it.
you. Hmm.
Yeah, and be more proactive with my time and learn how to even it out because we have a lot of projects to do this
Hmm.
year. Oops, excuse me.
Yeah.
So yes, I'm hoping that definitely that will be one of the things that will, though I couldn't do it last year, this year I'll bring with
Hmm.
me. Be like,
Yeah.
bitch, I need to work on my time management because that's
No,
important. Trust
yeah.
me, because you can lose money if you don't,
Girl,
actually. And
amen.
stress and sleep, all of the
Yeah.
above,
Hmm.
actually. So if you could give our listeners, our viewers, our family, the Chicas del Barrio crew, what advice would you give them now at the beginning of 2021 for them to take with them in order to complete the year strong? Or what do you think? What would you recommend for them?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say I would recommend let go of all your baggage.
Oh,
Realize that this, like, if you keep trying to do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different outcome, you're dumb. No offense, love you, but it's
mhm.
not serving you. And surround yourself with people who really care about you and support you, that are genuine. So whether that's 5 people, that's great. Whether it's one person or 50 people, it doesn't have to be an X amount of number. But um, do what makes you happy, because time isn't promised. I think that's the biggest
Yeah.
lesson I've learned and seen and witnessed is I don't know if I'm gonna be here tomorrow, next week, within this next minute. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that's motivated me even more to the stuff that I want to do, I need to do. Because what about if I don't get the chance to do it? Or with the people that are around me, it just, I think I've always been grateful and humble, but I've expressed it more now because
Yeah.
I don't know when my friends are gonna leave or my family members, but and it's not that they're gonna leave and I just think about death, but it's just I want them to know that they have someone that really cares about them. Like they can rely on me for anything and everything. Um, so yeah, just let go of all the baggage, keep the real ones with you, and do what makes you happy.
Oh, scared the shit out of me. That was so nice. Honestly, I would say for me, what I would the biggest advice that I would give to everyone who like stays who's connected with us, is always stay true to yourself and always put yourself first and love yourself. You
Ooh,
know, I think that we get lost
period.
in other people's baggage, like you said, and that we forget about taking care of ourselves or taking that time to say, you know what, I need to step away from this relationship. You know
Mm-hmm.
what? I need to step away. And the relationship is not just sexual, it's like personal,
Mm-hmm.
family, like
Yeah.
friends. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
not always your significant other.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if I could say one thing, like in reference as like really like put yourself first, learn to love yourself, and realize, you know what? I'm not okay. But what can I do to get better? You
Mm-hmm.
know? And so I would definitely say for sure loving yourself. Like, sometimes it's really hard. Like
For
we're so
sure.
quick to love people and let them
Yeah.
to be vulnerable to others, but we
Mm-hmm.
can't be vulnerable in our own shadow, you
Yeah.
know? And I think for me at least at the beginning of last year, I was very closed, I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized through that year that I started opening up more and like started speaking about my own trauma that I went through myself, you
Mm-hmm.
know and it got me thinking in the sense of like, you know what, like sometimes you have to be vulnerable in order for somebody who's going through something is able to be vulnerable as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I
I
think
agree.
for sure for 2020, let yourself be vulnerable, Like I'm not saying like that doesn't mean letting everybody in, but that's you expressing how you really feel about situations.
Mm-hmm.
You not caring about what other people are going to say or feel or do. Like you have to focus about yourself and what you're going through because everyone has a sad story.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has gone through something. But you have to think about it in the sense of like what are you going through because you can't fix someone else's emotions.
Yeah.
They themselves can only fix their own emotions the same way that you can only fix your own emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Because you trying to fix someone's emotions is only a temporary solution. And I
Yeah.
think that a lot of people fail to understand that. So I
Mm-hmm.
definitely think that loving yourself, treating yourself right, and you know what, taking yourself on that date by yourself, buying yourself those flowers,
Mm-hmm.
all of that, like definitely. I think also getting an agenda or like a calendar,
Mm-hmm.
writing things down, like writing your goals down, like um if it works, speaking to a higher power, give them praise, dancing around in your house like in Grey's Anatomy, just dancing it
Mm-hmm.
out, like
Yeah.
releasing that stress, because I think, like I said, like everyone is going through something, but no one likes to be vulnerable to talk about what they're going through. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that we can all learn from each other's battles that we're all fighting, and
Mm-hmm.
that can honestly be what helps us and unites us to come together um as a human race at the end of the
Mm-hmm.
day. So I definitely think that's what I would recommend to people. And if you guys always want to talk to somebody, or we're always down to talk to people, honestly, because I feel like me and Nati, we're working on our traumas now,
Mm-hmm.
and we can honestly say like we've grown so much. Like first of all, Nati was a very like quiet person. Like I didn't know about Nati's
Yeah.
life for a while.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's like exciting at the fact that like she has grown, like to see someone grow so much,
Mm-hmm.
in like this amount of time. It's like damn, same way, like vice versa, like I could be the happiest person in the world, but sometimes I was
Yeah.
dealing with like deep ass shit that was just like, yo, like I can't do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's beautiful though that we were able to go through our own stuff and still be there for each other. Be like, you know what, dude, you're going through this, but guess what? I'm there for you. you know?
Yeah.
And it's always like no judging at all. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
ever think that you should judge anyone by what they're going through either, because like I said,
Yeah.
we each have our own stories. But it's just being there for somebody, you know? It's literally the simplest things by being there. Hey, how are you doing? How's your mental health? And you know, some people think that's weird and that's crazy, but I think that that's because society doesn't let you
It's not
believe that
normalized.
you're allowed to share that, because that's always, oof, be quiet, don't do that,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Or you, like growing up, you had to be scared of the police. You can't talk about your parents
Yeah.
arguing, or like, you know, things like that, where I think that because you make it so like, oh my god, you know, people feel embarrassed. And I think that
Mm-hmm.
that's nothing to be embarrassed about, because we all have our own stories, our own battles. And I think it's more inspirational to talk about it than just stay silent. So if you are going through something, yo, I'm always down to listen, because yo, I myself have no problem with sharing my story. You
Yeah.
know, like
Mm-hmm.
my story has made me who I am today at the end of the day, you
Mm-hmm.
know? And I'm overly grateful for that. And I wouldn't change anything that I've gone through in my whole entire life up to this point for anything, you know, because we're all learning lessons. So
Yeah.
just remember, everything's a learning lesson, and you're always going to move forward, you know, and don't ever feel alone, because even though your family might be against you, even though your partner might be against you, even though your friends are against you, we're always going to be here, Mi and Nati, and it's
Mm-hmm.
always going to be a judgment free zone.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
we love you guys for real. Like,
Yeah. We seriously
honestly.
love you. Like, for real, for
Mhm.
real. We can't wait till this all freaking over so we can all be together.
Yes, for real. Agreed.
But yeah, but that's it for today's episode, you guys. So thank you for listening. You can listen to this on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and find us at Las Chicas del Barrio on Instagram. I actually just made a Twitter for us too, so catch us on Twitter.
Hit
Okay.
it with a like, and what is it? No, the
No, retweet.
retweets.
Yeah,
Hit it
retweet.
with a
Retweet.
retweet.
Tweet it. But yeah, we love you guys and stay tuned for next week's episode. Bye.
Bye.